Hello and welcome back to Rogue Trader. Today we are ending the Genestealer patriarchy. We are landing on Heroka's Rim Station and wiping out this menace once and for all. O'Reilly, thanks for the follow. Welcome on in. We welcome your lordship to Heroka's Rim, our humble trading station. I am Stuart Pontius Lockton, here to offer our highborn guest only the finest wares and special ship modules. A trading station? Pull the other one. Everyone in the Expanse knows that this is a pirate den where they peddle the stolen plunder, but to be fair, they never touch the customers, which is probably why they're still alive. Lord Captain, the ship's cannons are fully primed. The station is well fortified, and its inhabitants will probably attempt to fight back, but we are stronger. Do you command we attack this hotbed of genetic aberration? I mean, they might have good loot. Ravner, do you have any tactical recommendations for the assault? I'd devise a decisive approach. The station is well prepared for a long-range artillery duel. Rumor has it they traded with the Explorators for improved macro cannon boosters and warheads whose spirits can adjust the flight of missiles. In a short-range battle, their guns will be less dangerous. I wish to upgrade the vessel's weapons. Perhaps you might be interested in macro cannons. Solid, robust, very good condition. Requires profit factor. A Promethium mortar. Medium range dorsal macro cannons which fire 3 shots, dealing 14 damage per shot. Whenever it hits an enemy's hull, it has a chance to start internal fires. Are these stolen goods perchance? Of course not. How can one steal from the wielder of such mighty weapons? Well, he makes a good argument there. I'll take it. I also require a more powerful engine. What do we got here? Class 3 battering ram. 12 speed, strong acceleration, low braking, 3 additional void movement points when ramming. I don't actually like ramming, so I don't think I'll buy that. Did it fail to carry its previous owner away from disaster? The previous owner was boarded at the docks. I apologize. I meant to say this merchandise is perfectly legal. What rumors have been flying around lately? Same old, rampaging pirates, nefarious smugglers, xenos preying on lone ships. The valiant Imperial Navy alone fights them all, and we thank the God Emperor we can enjoy his protection. There's a rumor about a lone AdMech ship, an ancient hulk that's reported to appear in one system on the other, only to vanish the next day. Who knows why it broke away from the Explorator fleet or what secrets it might hold, but this is a tall tale, unworthy of your lordship's ears. I wonder if this is like a DLC plant. He wants me to get in close. So I feel like telling them to surrender is not going to happen. These are Genestealers. Like, they're never going to surrender. So the rumor about a crazed heretic rogue trader flying around, I don't think that's a rumor anymore. To arms! Is this just a void battle? No way. We must have to land. Sometimes during space combat, you will see anomalous zones. In gas and dust clouds, your flagship is slowed. The dense fog obscures objects, but beware of asteroid fields. Whoa. Yikes. Explosive Void Nebula. Enhances the capabilities of macro cannons, but increases incoming damage. Whenever a vessel inside this zone makes an attack, it suffers damage. That's a shield booster. So I could warp jump through someone if I wanted to. I am definitely going to need to get rid of these ships. think I could teleport into that thing. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could. Shields are fully restored and have their strength increased. But I'm also thinking, like, if I go here, I could shoot him, double shoot him. I think that's what I'm going to do. It recommended I get within range, like, nice and close, so... Ew, that sucks. $61. Okay, that actually didn't do that much shield damage. You know what, man? Warp wave. Let's turn him around the other way. And then I can just boost my shields and tank these hits. Great. Most of those guys can't even reach us. Don't think you can handle this? We'll see. That guy we can twerp for sure. Yeah, I hope for sure. Barrage type flak shot. $15 damage to targets in a 3x3 area. Why didn't they hit those bomber wings? Okay, this flak shot said it was specifically designed for taking out fighters, but clearly not the case. Ugh. That's good damage, but not good enough. Fighters just ignore the AoE damage. Possible, yeah. A torpedo control here. $61. So we should be fine to take another shot. My question is, like, do I warp wave him again? To be honest, I think we kind of do. Get him twisted. I can't boost my shields, but I can repair them, so... What if I swing run? I can't tell if that's better or worse for me. Let's go this way. Boost our front shields. Protective field generator. I mean, I guess start cracking that. You're going to hit my side shields. You're going to hit my front shields. Those guys are all out of range. I think that counts as hitting. Certainly I can just self-destruct here. This is on his weak side too. Yeah, that did huge damage. Now, unfortunately, this bomber wing is going to do some serious chunk. Torpedoes go in and nuke a lance turret. We're still charging up boarding parties. Okay, I could flak cannon them. We could fly by and flak cannon them. I could probably lance down him and shoot him with the Starbreaker. Okay, that shield is open on the other side, unfortunately. Oh, I'm also realizing, like, yeah. Well, I guess if I go there, I could guard out my left side. That's not a bad turn. Flak at this range would probably hit the bombers. Yeah, well, I could just like move up one and then flak them with the port side, right? That would keep me out of range here too. Okay, that worked extremely effectively. That's one of you down. Let's just void turret this one. Lance this one, I mean. 2 HP. Dorsal gun. Flak again here. So that also hits that protective shield. I can't actually get like the full turn I was hoping for, but I can at least protect my booty. And I guess that's the best I can opt for, so. These guys are all out of range. So I should just be able to start picking at them now. He's gonna torpedo that turret. So close. Oh! There's the extra it needed. He's launching more tubes, and then he's going after the frigate. Meanwhile, we're taking like minor fire damage. Oof. That was a lot. Holy smokes. If I go there, I can hit the battery. And I can actually arc weapon, arc augury to get more range. So I could just wipe out this guy. Probably not a bad idea. If they don't have any weapons, I don't really have to worry about everything else, so. I don't know what the protective field generator is protective fielding, but I guess we'll find out. Let's restart my shields. because they can't hit me from this range. Okay, you're going back in. And then you're getting nuked. So now I got to deal with this frigate. Yeah, let's do that, I think. That's its weak side. And the shields are already down there. Oh, it's so close. Oh, I can augury. Boom. And I guess I can hit this with flak shots. It did not look like it did any damage, but... I'm out of range of them. Okay. Those torpedoes go boom. Flak shot. Kill that bomber off right away. I'm so close to being able to get that shot over here. Oh, I guess I could flak shot again and just keep going for the protective field generator. I do have torpedo control as well, so I could probably hit one of these with a pretty heavy-duty torpedo at the end of my round. So part of the question becomes, do I try to wipe out another Void Lance turret so I don't take as much damage? I think not. Because honestly, I just don't really think we need to. Well, that didn't do anything. This flak shot is very inconsistent. I'll do a shallow jump to try and get as far out of these guys as possible. Just in case, we'll drop the shield. I'll put a weak point on the control tower, also on that side. Ow. Ow. Thank God we boosted those shields. Plasma torps, don't hit me. Thank you. Do hit that protective field shield generator, though. And the control tower at the same time. You gotta love that, my dudes. Let's trash this place. It ain't got a hope in hell. We're gonna do a swing run. Queue up a few of them bad boys. All right, I cannot put that anywhere else. Can I warp wave these guys? No. I do got to move a little bit more here. This lad is Dunzo Balunzo. I think. Pop. The battle is over. And our ship gets an upgrade. Which Battlefield Gothica series was turn-based like this? Battlefield Gothica also has its own charm, though, right? The resistance is broken and the cleanup parties are landing on Hiroko's rim. What are your immediate orders? Station should be full of caches packed with plunder. Make sure none of the mutants survive. Serve the Imperial Navy. Bonus with the Fellowship of the Void. Plus 15 security at my capital. My capital has no security right now because of all the piracy we do there. 5,000 RP for the Imperial Navy, also very useful. Do I want to drag a Genestealer infested station next to my capital, though? I'm going to take this 15 security, man. The decision of a truly prudent ruler who cares for the safety of the heart of his protectorate. And that's it. Man, I thought for sure we were going to have to land on the planet. I'm actually kind of a bit disappointed we didn't get to fight a patriarch. We did get a level up on our ship. Overload the enemy shields, redistributing them with the weakest side facing the flagship. If the enemy has a hollow field, it severely loses its charges. Can also negatively impact other xenos technology, but expends 25% of the flagship's shields. Reloads all macro cannons. Make a 90-degree turn instead of the usual 45. I feel like that's the most useful to me here. Ooh, flagship developments. Allows the voidship to control one extra wing of each attack craft. Each torpedo gain more hull. Better rams. Torpedoes and attack craft gain 60% evasion. Repairing costs less. Restart shields now only flex a -2 speed reduction and no firing range. When approaching an enemy, the flagship shuts down and starts to drift. Most encounters, larger enemy vessels and frigates are surprised and they act later. Well, that seems really useful. Act before all enemies in most encounters. Chance of shorter cooldowns. 10% more scrap. Dude, I feel like I have to take silent running. Getting the drop on everybody seems just like bonkers good. Most of the times when I take damage, it's because they get the drop on me. Given you haven't made sure the mutants are all dead, maybe a fight with the Patriarch is still in the future. Don't know if the game would do it, but it would be super cool. It would be. This is true. I mean, also, like, fighting a Gene... There's no way I would win against a Genestealer Patriarch. But I like the idea behind it. We'll take a little hull upgrade there. Awesome. Awesome. 15 security for the capital. The filth of the Expanse. Yeah, we're also going to get -3 from the Season of Wars, so that's, I think, definitely was the right answer. We will get 9 people from this as well. Which we could then use for all of our contracts to get chemicals that we could then use to drug the population. He says it so casually. Well. Should we head to Janus? We might as well hit this uncharted system. Acolytes of the Cult Mechanicus have reported a disturbing incident. Vox systems on the middle deck started broadcasting otherworldly sounds, whistling a haunting melody. The strains of monstrous music drove people into a frenzied dance that could not be stopped. Several hours later, the Vox devices fell silent and the dancing crew members fell lifeless. The area was cleared and the bodies of the deceased were disposed of. We got out of here this time, baby. There is a Hulk coming in a future DLC. Yeah, true. Lots of potential Genestealers here. There's also a Hulk in this system and a voidship. No, in the original launch game, there was an exploration mission that had Genestealers. Remember it being not nearly as hard as you had feared? I mean, it does depend. Like, a Genestealer Patriarch can take on an entire squad of Space Marines, so there's reason for concern, I think. Lord Captain, the augurs cannot determine who the ship we approach to belongs to, but the telemetry clearly reveals it to be an Imperium vessel. The hull is badly damaged and there's air in the chambers, which means they are hermetically sealed. What are your orders concerning the discovery? Prepare for boarding. Ooh, man, we never get these events. Extract from the official news sheet window on the bridge. We who walk down the same passageways in the same bays day after day, we who are born, live, and die to the hum of the ship's machines, we forever hunger for the smallest glimpse of another life and for a chance to see the heroes who tirelessly fight for us and the glory of the Imperium. Let's have a tale about the Lord Captain. By the will of the Emperor, the guardian of the commander of every good and honest soul on this void ship, and the time he boarded a vessel named the Fireborn. To train the penetrating gaze of the augur raised on the damaged ship. The augur's keen eyes scanned the eerie vessel, identifying the void ship was gravely damaged and there was in the process of final erosion. There was very little time to explore it. 3 sectors seemed the least damaged: the bridge, the middle crew deck, and the service bay. After exchanging a series of trills and warbles in their mysterious and ancient language, the tech priests responsible for the augurs reported to the Lord Captain that they had glimpsed signs of valuable components in operation in the service bay. So the Lord Captain's next step was to have Adira Telas feel out a course. An unholy psyker she may be, but even souls as dark as hers submit to the Lord Captain's will. With hostile eyes upon her, Adira sank into a trance. When she resurfaced, she reported that the ship had been victim of the warp. The bridge had suffered worst of all. It was a section that provoked the greatest anxiety and trepidation in the psyker. The service bay was the least damaged, though Adira spoke of it with no particular interest. The next step was to turn our attention to the scout units awaiting instruction. The Lord Captain had to decide which of the 3 teams he would lead and which 2 would be entrusted to their officers. Let here be known the names of the honest people who stood before our rogue trader in that moment. The taciturn and grave Young-Ho's son, whose word was as firm as his handshake. Captain Vesti, whose jokes will be remembered by everyone on decks 3 to 5. Captain Matina, the senior officer of the 3rd unit, known to many as Grey Matina. She had been leading units back when the current crowd of scouts were snot-nosed kids. No one on the deck was in any doubt that navigating inside the wrecked ship would be difficult. The units would be separated by kilometers of twisted metal, dead modules devoid of atmosphere, collapsed passageways, and hull breaches the size of a house. The only thing connecting the brave team would be a dedicated thread of Voxlink. After weighing up the options, the captain chose to go with... Who am I going with? I probably want to head to the bridge. The bridge is the most dangerous. The crew decks seem kind of boring, and the service bay is just full of loot for them. So I'm going to go to the bridge. From here on, we relate the events based on what we have learned from witnesses, the people who accompanied the Lord Captain on his tour of the dread ship. The shuttles started up one after another and dispersed, each heading for their selected target. An hour spent on cutting through the hull in the freezing vacuum of space, a fussy boarding, and then, finally, the rogue trader stepped onto the cold, dark deck of the dead ship. The light of the torches revealed the sign in the gloom: Fireborn. After a minute-long exchange with the Voxmaster, who quickly checked the archives, it was established that the dead vessel was that of Captain Nova Van Dane, registered at the Kiavagama port. Every minute spent on board threatened to end in disaster. The ship's days, or even hours, of existence were numbered. From all sides came the sounds of distant crumblings. The floor underfoot trembled every now and then. The Lord Captain hurriedly moved deeper into the compartment when he suddenly felt the slightest puff of air brush against his neck, followed by a soft sigh. Almost as if someone had leaned in close, opened their mouth to whisper a dark, tantalizing secret, and then fallen silent. The only thing was that the captain stood entirely alone. We have a great willpower check here with Adira. We're really bad at warp lore. The captain summoned all of his willpower not to succumb to the fear. From here on, where mortals would already be trembling and weeping, the rogue trader only gritted his teeth. Shrieks and moans could be heard close by. Others were gripped by the illusion, too. Young Ho Sun, the unit captain, barked out orders. His team held back their comrades who had fallen victim to the uncanny terror and were struggling to break free and run deeper into the cursed ship. A few minutes passed and the unit, though scared senseless, was ready to continue. Sound suddenly blared from the Vox, which was tuned to the unit's second frequency. The words sounded muffled, as though the person on the other end wasn't speaking directly into the box, but desperately pressing the transmit button while occupied with something else. Never seen anything like it. It's beautiful. Hold on, wait, is it moving? His words are cut off by a strangled wheeze, followed by static. Young Ho Sun listened to the transmission and the final rasp with a surprising calm expression, then pressed the Vox button and in a similarly calm voice let loose a stream of florid swearing, which centered on casting aspersions on his interlocutor's intellectual capabilities. Turning to the rogue captain, he remarked, "Apologies, Captain. Vesti from the second unit is well known for his pranks." "Crap, the Lord Captain's with you," comes Vesti's voice from the speakers, followed immediately by, "My sincere apologies, Your Lordship. I just wanted to spook the guys a little." Oh man, we're a heretic. I feel like spooking people is like, you know, kind of, I can get behind that. I could show leniency and merely ask for a report. Captain Vesti's reported that his unit's foray had so far proceeded without incident, mystical or otherwise. They had found no survivors from the ship's crew, or bodies for that matter. However, the unit had encountered a problem. The passage leading to the deck station with the arsenal and storage depot was seriously damaged, especially the power cables. Proceeding further could be dangerous. After consulting his officers, the Lord Captain issued new orders for Vesti's unit. Logitech seceded. Vesti's unit headed off to carry out their orders while the rogue trader and his team continued on. After spending several hours wandering down the dead passageway, Young Ho Sun's unit and the rogue trader reached the bridge of the Fireborn. The oppressive feeling had not dissipated. It was as though the bulkheads of the ship were steeped in terror and pain of the people who had vanished without a trace from those decks. On their way there, the unit had found no signs of a struggle or bodies of the crew, and that served only to deepen their unease. After examining the bridge, the scout unit discovered that the captain's principal cogitator was still functioning. The final log entry was identified, a damaged PIC recording that no one in the unit was eager to view. Proximity to the cogitator alone was unsettling enough, and with each passing second remaining on the bridge was becoming more and more difficult. The Lord Captain took a risk and watched the recording. The recording contained a message from Captain Nova Van Dame. It was almost impossible to make anything out in the pic, only the captain's hand gripping the edge of the table, the flashes of iridescent light. The captain was speaking crisply, almost calmly, but there was also short, almost inaudible breaths, exactly what the rogue traders team had encountered when they first boarded the ship. And it even seemed that these sounds were coming not from the recording, but from the gloom-drenched corners of the bridge itself. Kiaba Gamma has fallen. The Fireborn broke orbit under fire from an unknown enemy and left the system. Captain Van Dame said on the recording, with the tone of an officer reporting to her superiors, "We encountered pathological warp activity. The crew is reporting failures in the Geller field system. The ship is doomed. Whoever finds this recording, I also ask you to hold a prayer service for our souls. I ask you to take the family relics of the Van Dane line from Kiava Gamma. The relics are stored... ... The captain then specified the location of the family vault and the access code. The recording ended. There was nothing left on the cursed deck. It was time to return to the shuttle. A message came in from the unit led by a seasoned, unflappable Grey Matina. The captain methodically reported on all service-based sections that her team had examined and had found nothing of value. What? They had found no bodies, no incidents, and the search was proceeding as normal. The unit was waiting for further instruction. After distilling the salient points from Grey Matina's exhaustive reports, Biggest Turd listed the areas that warranted a more thorough search. After returning to the shuttle, Biggest Turd received reports about the Fireborn's status. The tech priests who relentlessly pierced the wreckage with the Augur's gaze insisted on curtailing the operation as soon as possible, fearing imminent destruction. There were also 2 reports from other units. The second unit had succeeded in moving through the danger zone and had returned to the shuttle with a valuable payload taken from the stores. Grey Matina's unit had explored the service bay without incident and, not wasting any time, had marked valuable components for later disassembly and transfer to the rogue trader's ship. The units assembled at the shuttles, and the Lord Captain gave his final order of this grim expedition. Honor the memory of Captain Nova Van Dane and his crew. Recite a memorial prayer to the Omnisa in honor of the ship, a fallen wonder of engineering, or fire upon the cursed ship from the long-range weapon batteries. I mean, I definitely don't want to do anything honorable or faithful, so I also don't want to blow up a bunch of demons, but I guess, you know. After returning to the bridge of the ship, the rogue trader cast a final glance at the endless blackness and the shell of the Fireborn that lurked within it. In that moment, the ship weapons batteries roared into life, lighting up the darkness with a barrage of fire, and the sad, cursed vessel was soon turned into a brilliant mass of molten metal and plasma, for that which was born in fire should also perish in fire. The family relics, we just got a quest to go to Kiaba Gamma, and we'll get that there. We did get some long lasses and a hot shot las pistol. Hot shot las pistol. I don't know if that was from there or not, though. Oh yeah, we also have the Prometheum mortar now. Medium range dorsal macro cannon. 14 damage per shot. I'd have to get rid of my Starbreaker. I think the Starbreaker's a better weapon. It's kind of crazy good. It's hard to say no to it. Not sure how we're going to get murked parts of that ship after going ballistic. Yeah. Demons are immortal. Worst you do is slow them down a little bit. That was actually kind of like my logic, was I figured, well, if I just blow up the ship instead of praying, then like technically those demons will just go somewhere else. But if I pray, they might get like, I don't know, stuck in the warp or something. Trapped in some kind of nonsense. Giant rings of this planet's surface can be observed from orbit. Examine the rings. It has emerged that this planet has a native species of giant insects similar to ants. Just like ants, they sometimes form some called death spirals, in which one creature follows another without realizing they're going in circle. These were the rings discovered by the ship's observers. The strange phenomenon that was originally suspected to be a sign of warp activity or nefarious xenos structure turned out to be a quirk of nature, and a pretty sad one. Well, that is pretty sad. All those ants just walking around in circles. Provisions. Provisions 3. That's like mid. I have 11 provisions. Yeah, I'm not gonna mind that. Not yet, at least. 42 damage on the mortar seems good. It does also start fires, so didn't say we get anything with the other options anyway. Yeah, it's probably just like a roleplay choice at that point. Augurs have detected wreckage in the voidship's vicinity, but the exact wreckage of this nature of this wreckage remains unclear. Oh. Okay. Strange. I just don't get to do that event, I guess. All right. You know what? Disruptive shift ends from Kiaba Gamma. Well, we got to go through the Orselio prophecy here. Lord Captain, your plan was a success. Our provocation against Nemesite and his killing of the traitor Adalbert has brought out all the rest of them. My enforcers have captured a number of suspicious individuals and beaten the truth out of them. Nemesite wishes to avenge his mentor's death and plans to raid the ceremony of the officer's anointment. Since the pious Adalbert had turned out to be an apostate, it's the new confessor's duty to ensure that the officers retake their oath to the God Emperor. Traditionally, the ceremony is attended by the officer's family, and it's they who are the target of the mutineer. He wishes to slaughter all of the ship's elite in one fell swoop. I've ordered a trap to be set for Nemesite. Would you like to be personally involved? What kind of trap? We'll replace the civilians with enforcers, their relatives with appropriate age, dress them in formal clothes, and hide their weapons underneath. When he tries to strike, we'll find out only cruel disappointment for the last time in his worthless life. Are there going to be elderly and youths presents? Necessary for the sake of secrecy. Let me assure you, all my people will gladly risk their families for the good of the Von Valancius dynasty. Yeah, I'll attend this ceremony. You hear a burst of interference. Biggest Turg, the whispers of death are uttering the name of Nemesite ever more loudly. I must meet the enemy face to face. Very well, we will capture him together. So be it. Well, let's deal with the last of these Genestealers on our ship, shall we? I bet we're going to get a bunch of sick pistols from killing this guy. I pretty much guarantee we'll get at least one pistol. We should get 3 pistols. The rows of disguised enforcers are listening to the confessor's words in silence. All around you are Sourback's chosen people, dressed as members of the officer's family. Close by, a kindly-looking old woman is fumbling with a starched handkerchief. Catching her eye, she smiles with a mouth that's missing half its teeth, then whispers, "Everything's going as planned, your lordship." Look at the participants of the ceremony. The facade is holding with everyone playing their role perfectly. The Master at Arms must have instructed them thoroughly and shown them how best to conceal their weapons. All of them are wearing their best, and even you cannot tell where they are hiding their armament. Who might you be, Madam Matriarch? Belinda Trafgold, transferred from the enforcers with the rank of senior lieutenant to the staff of your lordship's quarters on account of my age and declining health. But as you can see, there's no such thing as a former enforcer. A friendly smile stretches across her bloodless lips. Why would Sourback entrust my safety with someone so advanced in years? I guess the Master at Arms remember how Belinda used to be the best shot among the enforcers back in the day, and knows that my eye and hand have not diminished over the years. I spent 40 years on duty, and to this day, I can tell if a man is carrying contraband in his pockets just by the way he's walking. I'm grateful to Mrs. Sourback for the honor. I don't want to die in my bed. I'm becoming more southern as this goes on. Let me fall in battle, defending the Lord Captain and crushing traitors. She gives an imperious yet absent-minded nod and dabs her eyes with the handkerchief. I'm bored. Perhaps you might amuse me with a story. Oh, the stories I could tell. I remember in the early days of my time of service, someone started poisoning the food in the kitchen. We couldn't catch the vermin, so I came up with an idea to get into a vat of protein porridge and catch them unawares. I was a small and skinny little thing, so I climbed into the vat, and I sat there up to my neck in porridge. I waited a long time before somebody lifted the lid. It wasn't one of the kitchen servants, but a man twice my size carrying a bag of foul-smelling stuff. And that was it. I grabbed him by the shoulders and I dunked him into the porridge. I held the brute down until he passed out. The Master at Arms back then lauded my ingenuity and commended me for apprehending the poisoner. But he also took the cost of the porridge out of my wages. What a delightful tale. Give me another. I'm afraid we don't have time, Lord Captain. We must be vigilant. The treacherous scum is about to reveal himself. I could have listened to that old lady tell me stories all day long. The ceremony comes to an end. The vows are given, and the forehead of every officer is graced with the touch of the confessor. Now comes the moment of the closing prayer. And may the God Emperor protect us. A loud and menacing voice booms through the hall, cutting short the sacred words. But not today. Yes. Boot.
You cannot stop the angels, faithful.
Hell yeah. Wow. You guys really let a lot of people in here. No guards at the door?
Defensive positions! Do not let a single one break through! Your struggles are in vain.
I'll level you!
I appreciate that we don't get ambushed in this fight. Where is the Kelermorph? Yeah, 550 HP. Damn, tier 6. Promise of freedom, promise of retribution, and a deadshot stub revolver. Every hit from this weapon inflicts fatigue. Deals additional ballistic skill bonus direct damage to the target for each stack of fatigue suffered by that target. And then he's a Genestealer, so we don't know what he can do. That old lady sounded very Southwestern. Honestly, that old lady changed her accent a few times, I think, in the course of that. So let's not judge that old lady too harshly. Vesper, get out of the way. Legion needs to be here. I've got sick cover where I am. So where is everybody? There's a ton of them there. There's a pocket of them here and here. Oh, they're all on this side. Fantastic. Yeah. I like this.
We bring deliverance.
Kelermorph's rule, man. They're absolutely one of my favorite units in like all of Warhammer.
Follow my lead. To the heretic.
Heck yeah, enforcers. Oof. You guys look like you definitely want to be shotgunned. You know what? I think maybe I just shotgun you from where you are.
The order is clear.
It's a pretty good deal. Doggy. Go bark. Bark. Could just have him go bark again. Or I could run and gun. Is there a way for me to get the two of these guys is my question. I don't think so. All right, you're just gonna take a shot. And then we're gonna put you on standby mode so you get a free turn. Oh, we're just gonna psyker all of these guys in like crazy damage. Wow, if my bird stays alive, that is. What was that? That was a hell of a grenade, man. Visaline. Ah, cool. It's actually designed to push people.
I will do my duty.
Go there. Stab the two of them.
Victory is imminent.
Hit that. Taunt them.
At your beck and
Brace for
call.
cover. Get ready to party.
Here we go.
Oh,
My ears are ringing.
no parry there, Abelard. Come on, dude.
Show me what. Time to slaughter.
Nice. Shot his own guy. More parries for the parry god.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, man, Abelard does not care.
I've suffered worse.
They keep dead-eye shotting their own guys.
Break them around.
He is a hybrid. He's not a full Genestealer. Kelermorphs, yeah. They're not like a, they're not a pure breed Genestealer. How come you don't have an opening?
dance of blades and shadows. As the tenants demand.
Open sesame. %38% chance. Let's blade dance. Then Death Whisper.
Shadows will see it done.
I should have Death Whispered with my other weapon. Because then I can stack a bunch of poison on him as well. %97% chance to hit with the daggers. Oh, these are great. And then we'll just do some acrobatic artistry and we can run back to where we were. Zoop. And protect our noble. Simus, how we doing? Feeling committed a crime by not following you? Not a worry, my dude. I hope you're well. We're fighting some Genestealers here today, my dude. I mean, that's a really good area attack. It hits Abelard, but it hits him for basically 0 damage. The only thing is I could go for the Kelermorph instead. You know what? Go here. Perfect spot. We can buff up a little bit here. Let's area attack these guys. You're fine, Abelard. Don't worry about it. They stole the genes. They've been stealing so many genes. We'll put a bounty on the Kelermorph. We'll also put a bounty on this other guy that we're about to just like pop. Claim that bounty. Get some points back. Then I think I'll just do like boost him with different shots here. And you got 2 points left? Man, let's do machine augury. We're ready to rock. Yes. Parliamentum. Buff time.
Need no guidance. Ruin beckons.
Buff time, buff time, buff time, baby.
I will triumph.
And I think, given the fact that there's not really
Stoop to this.
any warp shenanigans going on here, we could just buff Adira and blast him. Alternatively, I could just let her have a buff turn and make sure that we're in like really good shape. And you still have a point, which means I could move the bird.
Let's see what you can do.
That's good. I like that. How are we all doing today? Hope it's doing well. Very well, my dude. We've been having a great time with this, all the new expansions and everything in here. Honestly, been a fantastic DLC. Can you get a kill on anybody? Claim the bounty offhand. Oh, so close. 7. Missed. Pascal. That's not what you were meant to do, Dud. Buddy. Buckaroo. I can't hit anybody with my pistols, so I'm just gonna pass my turn. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's just out of range for that shenanigans. But you know what? Glado could probably reach him. Glado's going to kill that guy. Then it's the Kelermorph's turn. I'm going to blind the Kelermorph to start. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Overcharge. I'm going to Psychic Shriek through Vesper for 99 damage. I'm going to repeat it for free. To arms, faithful souls, their tyranny ends today. Oh no! Oh no! No, these guys are bad. 440 HP aberrants who are also immune to psyker damage. Loving the voice and the quality. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. You got one of them nice tender voices. So it means a lot from you. Operative exploits give extra damage. Can you spend them to reduce armor and dodge with exposed weakness? Yes. Yeah. That's kind of like the trick with Pascal.
What was the command again?
Let's warp damage.
Quiet whispers.
And purify.
It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Dude, this bird is crazy out of control. I am very scared about these guys. I think they are at least extremely slow. Oh, Solibord. Oh, the block. The double block. How he pulls that off, I do not know. Ow, my servo skulls. Ow, my servo skulls again. At least he's not doing any damage to anything that matters. All right, Solomorn. Well, I guess you're dealing with this aberrant now.
One of us would be enough.
I ain't sure you got much of a choice. We have the shotgun, but we also have the hammer. Whenever they hit a target with this maul, they immediately make a shield bash against that target. And they have to pass a toughness resistance test or be stunned. Something tells me this guy's really good at toughness. 90 toughness, yeah. I think probably you just want to shoot him a lot, maybe.
Accepted.
Let the doggy do some damage. You triple rebel and slaughter. Honestly, you get another attack, so 14 to 18 or 36 to 42. Yeah, all right. Well, that's kind of a no-brainer. And the pushback, so now he's going to have to deal with the dog instead of me. That works with me. You're going to go here, kill this guy. And then you're going to charge the Kelermorph, who is about to die.
I will do my duty.
He's got like 4 HP left.
It will be done.
Needs to slink into the darkness. May the Emperor protect. Time to go to work, Abelard. Oh. Is someone going to steal my kill? They might. They might try to. Kicked him back. The dog jumped into a defensive position, right? It was a good look. Oh no, my enforcers. All right, well, we're not getting out of this without some bodies, I guess. Ooh, doggy. Ooh, double doggy. I love how often people hit each other in this game. Oh, that was cool. Dash is out of range for it. Oh, man. I gotta give Cabela the kill. She's been hunting this Kelermorph for so long. 0% chance to hit. Are you sure, man? This guy's got... This guy doesn't know what's happening right now. Invincible Uprising. Nemesite always has a plan.
I shall not fail.
You've only got 20% dodge. That's a 100% chance to kill.
As honor, death is a blessing.
All right, well,
The shadows
how'd that
will
plan
see
go for you,
death.
buddy? Buckaroo?
Trust me. As the tenants.
Pascal.
Request approved.
All right, what do we got going on here? Hunting Surge. Piercing Shot, Armor Pen, Precise Attack, Cover Efficiency, and have increased hit chance. They're also their block. Okay. Give you the buffs. Give you the overcharge. I also have like Wild Hunt. Number of attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. Or disarming weapon. Inflict an exploit on all enemies and then make an attack which always hits. I don't think there are any prey in combat right now, so maybe just take a plasma shot. Wait, that does 72. That's kind of crazy. We could give Solomon bring it down.
One step closer.
Probably would have been better to give it to Pascal because Adira would have gotten a free turn as well.
The order is clear.
Oh, never mind. Double slug, baby. That worked like a charm. Officer grants an ally an extra turn with full AP and movement points. There is no attack limit.
Destiny.
All right, I know what we're doing. We're doing some Cabela shenanigans. I don't even think I aim for an opening. You know what?
Death comes in silence.
I think we just go in here and we start cutting this guy apart.
Let your soul be purged.
Cover him in blood. Stack him with venom. Hit him with the Death Whisper to cause some hemorrhaging as well. I feel like Killing Edge guaranteed to hit. Oh man, that's really good.
As honor
And then we run back home. See you later. I love that ability.
I need no guidance.
Hit him with the multi-pistol, but also miss. And then we got old Adira. Now, this guy can't be damaged with something like Psychic Scream. Oh, yes, he can.
will do.
Echo?
Be gone.
Problem solved. Big hits from Adira. Man. Nemesite is crouching on the ground, clutching at the bleeding wound under his ribs. His tortured body is still strong, and everything in his posture expresses a will to fight on. The red scarf no longer covers his face, and the vigilante grins at you with bloody teeth. Weak. I've yet to be impressed. The bright familiar eyes of the flute player from the lower decks glints with boldness. The humble swindler who used to play tricks on fools with the help of his trained rat now nods at you mockingly. I've been waiting for this meeting, Lord Captain. Damn, dude. I guess that makes sense. No longer covered by broken goggles, the hairless skull is bulging with massive growths. This mutant nature of your enemy is just as quickly betrayed by an even more unsettling feature, the third arm growing out of his torso. You watch as his fingers deftly empty the drum of a stub revolver and load it with fresh rounds. I know you. You're the fortune peddler from the freight lane. Not only them, as you can see, I also sang glorious songs about the cruelty of the officers, the callousness of the Lord Captain, and the bravery of the selfless nemesite. Nobody ever notices the pathetic little flute player who always carries a few ration cards to bribe enforcers. Hiding in the shadows of your rotten kingdom was far too easy. Can you imagine? I'm pretty sure I could have executed the flute player right away. What would happen to this quest line if you did that? Would it just not happen? You've lost your ships for this. The battle for your ship's freedom is at an end. Do you have any last words before you die? Freedom. I care nothing for freedom or for the throngs willing to offer their necks to your yoke. I will not die for these wretches, but I will gladly pay for your demise with my life. Both you and your drudges come from the same rotten root. That's why you're so easy to fool. Nemesite and his march against authority are just a fancy story to tell the rabble, a convenient tool for recruiting the wronged and the dispossessed. In truth, all of you must die and make way for those who are truly worthy, more pure, more pious, more courageous than any of you ever were. Laugh. I see, you're just another mouthy upstart preying on people's minds. Nemesite hisses in anger, noticing that the grip on his weapon has shifted slightly. Just another. My name is spoken in every bay on this ship. I'm more than just another upstart. I am your death sentence. You will be the last Nemesite this ship ever sees, and I will make sure of it. Aren't you a little overconfident? He casts a glance at the stub revolver in his hand, then back to you. You're right in front of me. My gun is loaded. I believe this tune is not quite finished yet. It feels like time has become vicious and is slowing you down. You see the bloody hand of Nemesite raise the weapon, and your body reacts of its own accord. I've taken a few bullets already this campaign. There's no time to deliberate. You draw your weapon and point the barrel at Nemesite, but he's already aiming his own at you. A malevolent grin spreads across his face. The two black muzzles stare into each other, and the world around you narrows to a thin line. Cabela emerges nearby like a shadow, blade gleaming menacingly in her hand. She hisses softly, ready to pounce. It is your thread that will break today and no other. Save your message for your false gods when you meet him, servant of death. I am glad to take you both down at once. The second gun is now pointing at Cabela. I vow that your murderous sect will fall along with the Lord Captain. I mean, I could just pass a fellowship test here. I literally have 100% because we have 106 fellowship. Assume the dueling stance of nobility. Ooh, that's also very tempting. But you know what? I gotta give it to Cabela. Cabela is watching you out of the corner of her eye. She does not utter a word, but in her posture and the cold look on her face and the subtle glint of her blades, you read every movement of the deadly dance she's about to perform. Her slightly shifted gaze tells you that she is reading your tactics just as clearly. Nemesite will stand no chance when you two act as one. Oh, I can also, like, make fun of him. You resent that you were born a freak. You want to prove that you're just as good as us normal people. He grimaces and snarls. If only you knew what you were saying. Yes, my flesh is cursed with imperfection. My blood carries wretchedness, for I could be. But you would not understand, foul-blooded one. His weapon shakes, but his incensed mind does not notice. A tense silence falls for all the words that have been spoken. At last he says quietly, "It's time. Farewell, Lord Captain." The acerbic smile vanishes from his face. Instead, his demeanor turns cold, collected calm with the indifferent grimace of a skull. Time stops for a moment. And then, as if tossed by a blast wave, the events fly forward like a murderous shrapnel. Nod to Cabela and act in tandem to deceive the enemy. You and Cabela move as one, and you manage to confuse Nemesite with a perfectly timed maneuver. He is left hesitant to fire, but you are not. Stab, stab, stab. Cabela takes a deep breath and wipes the blood off her blade. The living legend's head lies severed at her feet. The decapitated body lies motionless on the deck. The cut at the neck stares back at you from the grotesquely distorted ridge of its spine. The power of the folk myth fades into the air like the smoke billowing from the muzzle of his stub revolver. Are you all right, Cabela? He did not harm me, but he tried. Such was his idea that he remained committed to it till his last breath. His was a good death. And thus ends the struggle of Nemesite. She picks up the severed head from the deck and gazes into its extinguished eyes with a strange wistfulness. The struggle is not people. The struggle is ideas. The people are merely the vessel, the carriers of the struggle. I need to reflect on his death, Domin. I need to stand before the Undying One and hear his blessed whispers. We can discuss what happened after. Hell yeah. Where's his loot? Where's his loot? A bolt pistol. An LD pattern needle rifle. Tox needlers. Bunch of Fiacine. Let's put 2 of those over there and say always add to cargo. I guess I'll take the bolt pistol. Why not? Why can't I loot him? Obviously, he has pistols for me to loot.
Unexplored.
I guess I'll pick it up when I leave the room. Another bolt pistol? I don't think I need 2 of them. Confessor Terticus. The aberration dared violate our sacred ceremony and was obliterated. Retribution has been served. Jay would love his pistols. It's true. That double pistol build is strong. What's back here? Secrets? No.
Intriguing.
Anything back here? More secrets? No. All right. To the bridge. Yes, there we go. Relics of Unknown Saints. When the wearer has less than 50% wounds, every second attack against them is automatically dodged. The effect lasts for up to 2 rounds. Body glove. That can just go into cargo. The promise of retribution. The promise of freedom. And the Deadshot stub revolver. We'll take them all. I don't really have anyone for them, but I mean, Jay would be the best one, but we don't have her leveled up at all. Maybe I'll do it off stream. We'll have to see. We got ourselves a level up. We'll do this one real fast. Boop bop boo. Good question. Weapon skill? Fellowship? Both are at max. Toughness? I guess more HP is probably the best thing for me. And then commerce. I guess we should talk to Cabela. See how she feels about all this. See if she wants some kisses yet.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence.
The malformed skull in Cabela's hand has been polished to a pale sheen. Its empty eye sockets pose a question that can only be answered in death.
For years.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Obviously, Nemo is Nemosine, though.
Spirit through sacred rituals. I have ushered hundreds of souls to the other side. The hunt for nemesite was not my first. Yet, after my enemy fell, for the first time ever, I felt empty. And that emptiness only grew heavier under the weight of the question that formed in my mind during that hunt.
Let corruption fill that void.
I prayed. I longed for his guidance to put my mind at rest. But in my self-pity, I showed weakness in the eyes of the Undying One. And so, my only answer was silence. I must therefore ask you this agonizing question, Domin. Tell me, what is the purpose of the blood-spun web?
Does this have to do with our earlier conversation about your resemblance to Nemesite?
Please, just answer me.
You are my servants, my weapons. You serve the dynasty.
then that makes me a tool that has renounced itself and the entire world for the sake of serving a purpose chosen by others.
Nemo is no one in Latin? Ooh. What does sight mean in Latin?
All my life, I have walked the road that was prescribed for me. I did as I was told. I searched for the truth in other people's words, then repeated them in my own voice. And I never once questioned my destiny until you came along, Nemo.
Yes. Give in to the blood god.
I might just as easily have met Nemesite's fate and he mine. All it would have taken is a different pattern of threads. The only distinction lies in our ideas. Thank you for this conversation, Domin. It has satiated the void that gnaws at my soul, if only for a time. As for how to seal this chasm for good, that I have yet to find out.
How do I corrupt you?
May the tenets of the web guide me to the truth.
I got an achievement. You were self-sufficient when dealing with the bloodbath mystery. This task is for the Lord Captain only.
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence. We're
gonna have to find some way to romance her eventually. And I imagine it involves talking to her and actually discovering what's going on. Learning a little bit about the people on our ship instead of just battling with them all the time. Now, this is an uncharted system. That probably has connections to all these other places. Kiavagama's over here. So Kiavagama's a forge world. Janus is an agri world that also has access to Urilet. I guess there is some question about like which ones of these do I want to do first. Oh, we also have like a bunch of mutants on Footfall we still have to deal with. Where there's also a cache in the old tunnels. Wow, we have a bunch of stuff here we've been skipping. Supply Footfalls with provisions from Janus. Deal with the disrupted shipments from Kiavagama. Restore shipments from Janus. Restore the operation on Dargonus. Forge a path to Vabos. Heinrich must make his way to Kiavagama. In the papers of the Rector Arbiter shuttle, the rogue trader found coordinates of a cache on Mir Sigret. And I also have a rash. Right, that's Mir Sigret. So I kind of have to bring Heinrich along with that quest. Emperor's Palm and Frozen Prince. I don't think there's any way into these sectors unless you use the Navigator's Insight. Obviously, taking a deadly path that way is not the smartest idea. But I think I remember those guys being totally cut off from everything else. Half Pint, hello. Welcome. I think let's do Kiavagama first. Emergency aboard the void ship. A foul warp entity has pierced the thin veil of the Geller field. The Vox systems are picking up the crewman's screams. I don't want to give up any of our loot, so we'll fight them ourselves. Loot is too valuable. Also, I feel like if we fight things, not only do we not lose loot, but we get loot from it, so.
What torments you?
It does mean we'll quickly do these level ups. You have weapon skill and agility. What's your next thing? Willpower? No. Toughness? Toughness. And then you are demolition, and your second ability is Medicae? Yeah, I guess so. I think you actually have some stuff that scales off of Medicae, so. You take cruise or athletics. I'm going to give you athletics. And then weapon skill or toughness. Or if I give you strength, you can use heavy weapons. Oh, I was meant to give her Lord Xenos. Offer back a set save. We got to give her Lord Xenos so I can give her Drukhari weapons. Or Eldari weapons. Either or. Maybe both. So you took toughness and you took Lord Xenos. You're going to take athletics and you're going to take strength. Strength or weapon skill? I mean, both are good. Let's give you strength for now because that does allow you access to heavy weapons. Like this stolen auto cannon. Four to 6 damage. 25 to 30 damage. I gotta be real with you, buddy. I actually think that sniper rifle is still better for you right now. Strength is good, though, because it also increases his melee damage, so it all plays out fine. You normally take willpower and perception. Both of these are currently maxed, so we'll give you weapon skill in case you need to bonk anything with your staff. You normally do awareness, and then warp lore is your other specialty. Pascal, you're going to take logic, and then ballistico skill. Great.
The world trembles. I fear not, for I am fear incarnate.
Demons. I see how this goes. I guess we'll start all the way up here because why not? Ooh, you can actually start up there. I'm going to let you do that since you're a sniper. He's a bit out of range, but that's fine. Is this it? Just like a couple of blue horrors and a pink horror? Oh no, a couple of pink horrors and a blue horror. I see how it is. I see how it's going to be.
Later, we're undertaking this task. Clarify your order.
There's a lot of warp shenanigans going on in here.
Trust me. My blade whispers your
Start
name.
blade dancing on these fools. Give him the old death whisper. Give him the old aim for the opening. The old killing edge.
As the tenants
And then whoop. All right. That could be worse. That's pretty bad.
Just a minor setback.
These guys aren't too tough. I don't know what Twisting Path does.
I've suffered worse.
Decreases resolve by 2. Cannot use psychic powers. That is going to make my job a little more difficult.
My vow is to serve. Request approved. My competency
Gotta prey on him. Well.
running by Derek override. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Venerates you.
Might as well go for him first. Adira, you can't do a lot if your psychic powers are locked.
Damn.
But you can do a little bit.
What is this foreboding? That is not my destiny. On it.
Okie dokie.
I'd rather not. Indeed.
I want to use your sword here, buddy. Can't hit him with a taunt, so I guess we'll hit the two of these guys.
Victory is imminent. It will be done.
And just let that rock. Capella, you become my servant. Voice of command on everybody. Resolve on everybody. Break the ranks on everybody. Kills him, almost kills him. Medicae on everybody. And then bonus turn on probably Pascal. He can cast Hunt Down the Prey and then kill him with an offhand shot, which does let him claim that bounty. He now has 4 AP. So I can trigger Precise and Piercing Shot and then overcharge this guy. Yes, Pascal. Absolutely correct. You're going to relocate to him.
What you can do. I'm not so sure.
And unfortunately, that's all you can do. You're good. Oh, yeah. I forgot all these pinks turn into blue horrors every time. Doggy damage.
Hold the formation.
Run gun. You can't get a shot on both of them? I feel like that's outrageous. And you can't get a shot on him somehow either. There you go. It's fine. It's like 3% on Glado. Okay. What if I use the one that reduces dodge?
It won't take long. No heretic escapes punishment.
Doggy. Good job, doggy.
Let's test.
Standby mode, dog. Cabela. Who killeth the most? He's kind of hard to get to, so I'm gonna go here. Play dance this dweeb.
Yours or mine. Killing brings me no pleasure.
And then stab him.
The shadows will see it done.
Cover these dweebs in blood. Give him an opening and stab him again.
Trust me.
I keep thinking maybe I haven't figured out Cabela's damage properly, but she seems to be doing okay. Jump. Brilliant. Jump again. That is not where I told you to jump to, but okay. Run back home.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
I don't know what she's running through here. Warp fire or something of the sort? Do I need Lord Xenos in addition to Eldar Drew carry weapon proficiency? Yes, to use those weapons. Yeah. So not next level, but the level after she gets proficiency talents. So it's a bit of mess around in the meantime, but I think it'll work out okay. That does almost 80 damage, but not quite. If I do that, I was hoping that I could kill him and then like get the shot back and then just be able to AoE these two dweebs. Ouch. My bird. Ouch. Pascal is not designed.
It's my turn, and I'm gonna control it myself.
Not designed for this. Okay, Abelard. You just get up here and charge this guy.
Battles than this in my time. At your beck and
Smack this guy around a little bit.
indeed. I will do my duty. At your
Give him the
beck and
taunt.
call. It will be done.
Big church.
I will triumph. Purpose guides me.
My vow is to serve penetrate you machine spirits.
That's good damage.
Let's see what you can do.
What else you got for me, buddy? You got this Inferno pistol, but I don't think it's gonna really do much damage or actually land a hit, so why don't I just relocate the skull so that it heals Pascal a little bit.
I need guidance.
Glado, get him. Burk. Burk, burk, I'm a dog.
We've got a job to do, Glato. Accepted. The arbitrator judges.
Unos. Dos.
Rejected.
Can't see that guy.
The order is clear.
All right, there's only one more blue whore left, so this should be pretty straightforward.
I bring mercy and retribution.
Get behind it.
I will not die in dishonor.
Cut it in half.
I feel nothing. Fear nothing.
All right, all right. We'll get out of the warp fire, for the love of God. Chutney roots. Yikes. These are bad roots. I don't like them one bit. Two adamantine. That can't be good, right? Actually, don't know. Basically, okay, so adamantine is basically like 2 everywhere, except for one place where it's like 12. Which would be really nice, but a ship that once traveled the galaxy is now suspended in the silent void like the gnawed carcass of a giant monster. When the rogue trader's voidship approaches, the Foxmaster reports an incoming message. The colony of the Imperium subjects have made their home in the bowels of this ship. They welcome the Lord Captain. I wonder how much of a bad time this is going to be. Anytime I go anywhere, I'm just like, this is going to be bad. Welcome, your lordness. Please come in. Our chief shall greet you. Hey, you nitwits, quick you gacket and get to work.
Perfection.
An initial survey of the vessel indicates that my exploratory brethren have already performed a requiem right here. Further examination is inadvisable.
Lethanio's Pride. Surfaces in your mind as the history of the family from the Koronus Expanse who invested all they had in a family ship. The ship perished in its warp on the maiden voyage. The Lethanio line never recovered from its crushing blow.
The world will bow.
So you're telling me this ship is full of warp spawn?
Cass's relatives certainly kicked up a fuss at the palace. An assassination attempt right at the rogue trader's reception. Crazy.
It is not my place to comment on the doings of the Navis nobility. I will only say that I hope their next visit will not result in the same hefty bill for repairs and enforcer replacements.
I agree, Abelard.
Embrace true power.
What's that there? Looks real noble like. Hello, your lordship. Dump site of cut pieces of metal and other materials, probably from clearing out a path deeper into the ship. A working area where fragments of the ship are dismantled in search of scraps. All right, these are scavengers. Propping the door from the inside, you can hear the piercing sounds of a saw and other tools. These are definitely scavengers. You heard warp spawn, I heard family's fortune lost to space, right? A tired-looking woman of indeterminate age, clad in work clothes, breaks off from her task to greet you. She freezes momentarily, clearly unsure how to address you, and simply says, "Your lordship, excuse me. I don't really know your name. Welcome to our little colony. May the light of the Emperor be with you and with us. My name is Reta Machismova. I am in charge here." Would you believe it? Well-spoken rebel. It's rather sweet in its own way. Go on, then. Amuse me. Tell me about yourself in this place. We call ourselves Reta's crew, and this place is Reta's camp. That's it. We're recollegers, scavengers in common terms. She does not speak the word scavengers with any kind of disdain. On the contrary, there's a dignity in her voice, the kind of which would announce the affiliation with a respected guild or family. Tossing a glance at Pascal, she grimly adds, "And our work is all legal, even though your brethren have no liking for us." Pascal stares dispassionately at Reta with a hint of disgust. Evidently, he has not considered the possibility that replying to this creature's words could be anything other than heresy. So what do you do here? Right now, we're gutting this old heap of junk slowly but surely. It's a recolleger's life for you. They drop us off at some decrepit station or an ancient battlefield, and we sit there for years on end. We look for working tech, valuable materials, or whatever else might be useful. If we find anything, we sell it to passing ships. Not the easiest job, but those wrecks are chock full of all kinds of dangers. I swear it on my plasma torch. It's an exciting one for sure. Love this game, but I hate the fact that it drops. That drops is a thing for single player RPGs. I mean, there are drops that don't really like affect anything though. So like, it's pretty rare that you even want to use them most of the time. They're just for fun, and they're just to get like a bit of word out about the game. So I don't think they're really doing anybody any harm. This little bird's got all kinds of bells and whistles. Most of the tech is dead, but we do find working pieces now and then. We spent 2 whole months clearing this shaft out we found. Finished just 3 days ago, actually, and we found this thing. A bit weird looking, but still functional. Perhaps your lordship would like to buy this component. I bet that big ship you got could get plenty of use out of it. Missed the helm thingy from the first drop. Heard it was decent all the way through. I don't think any of the stuff is decent all the way through. I think I have that helm. That's just the one that's like, the dogmatic one? Not like Kingdom Come drops where the ops are OP. But I mean, also, it's like, if they're super OP, what's the fun in playing with them, right? I don't know, man. It's a marketing tool, and it works for sure. Present the object, laywoman. This component doesn't belong to you. I could simply confiscate it. Yeah, I'll do that. She pales a little but lifts her chin with determination. We risk our lives to find this thing and pull it out. This is our trade, and it feeds our family. We can't just give it away. That wouldn't be right or fair. Careful now. Are you sure you want to defy a rogue trader and all the power I have at my disposal? I need but give the order, and there won't be a single cinder left of your entire colony. She clenches her fist, her eyes narrow slightly. Her gaze darts over your gear and weapons as if assessing the threat. When she finally speaks, you can tell she's forcing the words out. In that case, take it. If that'll be all, will you mind leaving us alone? What'd I get? What's my prize? I didn't seem to get actually anything from that.
The opportunity.
Curious. Resolve chance not to take damage. Oh, it's like 1% per resolve. Yeah, there's better helmets. Work a crude craftsmanship. You can make out one of the depictions of the Emperor. This apparatus gurgles and emits a strong smell of alcohol. Is it this goods?
The world trembles beneath my feet.
I guess that's everything. I guess I could have just like killed them and taken it, and also all of their loot, but what do you gotta do? Might have just been XP. It might have been that crate of goods, because I didn't see that crate of goods when I came in. 2 plasteel, that's not good. A Vox notification from the Augur crew drones out the usual noise on the bridge. An Imperial vessel, the Dark Piercer, and its escort ships are headed your way. The archives make no mention of the ship or its owner. As you consider the course of action, the ship's captain contacts you first. Introducing himself as the Pilgrim, he greets the rogue trader courteously and offers to purchase any information you might have on crystal phlogiston deposits. Why are you the Pilgrim? He admits he's not always done the right thing in his life, but he once beheld the blessing of the Emperor and followed a special path of service. This is the path he now treads. Why do you need phlogiston? His laughter echoes from the box. Phlogiston is part of a parcel of many different aspects of life. How exactly his customers are going to use it is none of his concern. All that the Pilgrim promises is that it will be used for the good of humanity. Jay immediately remarks that someone without a name is not to be trusted. Deals with such people do not tend to end well. If she were you, you would first find out his secrets and then remove him from the equation. Pascal becomes visibly animated at the mention of phlogiston. Though indifferent to the prospect of a deal with the shadowy individual, the Magos nonetheless recommends you find out more about phlogiston deposits. Your own protectorate would benefit from this. Argenta believes the words of the Pilgrim. A cowl or a golden aquila are no prerequisites for being his true servants. If the captain sincerely wants to help the Imperium, perhaps by his own methods, there's nothing questionable about extending a helping hand. Propose a deal. Valuable information in exchange. Ask what I will receive in return. The Pilgrim has been exploring the Expanse for years and knows many of its secrets. Lets you in on interesting rumors. Oh, that's not enough. It looks like the captain of the Dark Piercer is unsurprised by your reaction. He's willing to pay in gold and securities for any information. I mean, yes, and then we'll kill him afterwards, probably. Do I have a Twitch integration thing going on here, or is the chat window custom made? Custom made. I did that myself. Sometimes stuff pops up only when you leave. True, true. The captain of the Dark Bearer is in the best of spirits. He's in gratitude for your invaluable help and sends you a small box containing ancient maps and documents. They appear to speak of a certain imperial world lost many centuries ago. That, in a somewhat conspiratorial tone, the pilgrim relates a story about a standoff between two xeno fleets, which was told by an acquaintance. The person in question, sadly enough, died at the hands of the Inquisition before they were able to pass on the coordinates of the crash site. However, the pilgrim knows for a fact that the vessel met its demise on an ocean world. Well, now I'm gonna kill you. Thank you for telling me everything. But also, I am a pirate king. Did you miss the part where all the skulls were all over my ship? Oh, you're big. Oh, but you're not that big. I'd say you're big, but you're not scary. So, first question. Do you have a weak point? You do, and it's on that side. Yeah. So close to triggering this boarding party. These are big escort ships.
Charter course. Unleash your wrath upon my enemies. Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Miss, man, missing a lot there.
Destruction or force. Torpedoes now.
I'm gonna twist him so he takes damage. I'll put on some shields. Phlogiston was an imagined substance very long ago. Cargo ships have to be big, doesn't mean they can fight, right? A mass conveyor, always huge, but traditionally poorly and unarmed. Viper class, where are you going, dude? Are you flying into that asteroid field? No, you're gonna try to get the kill. Well, I'm glad we put those shields up. Alright, so torpedoes took no damage there, and they can go straight into that other ship. He's turning his weak side towards us. Ooh. Ooh, he's got 2 Starbreakers, though. When do my missiles actually go here? I guess it doesn't matter. That's probably close enough. So my left side right now is bad.
Eviscerate them.
That to me is an obvious choice. I could jump through him. That hits his weak side if I go there.
Macro cannons, annihilate them.
Breach in our enemy's defenses.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
Oh, I don't think so.
Cold void. Let destruction pour forth.
Damn, dude, that was some serious critical hits there. All right, real talk. I think I'm gonna jump through them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I don't think I can jump through them. One, two. I could jump through there. If I go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do it anywhere else. It didn't count, hey? Darn. Uh-oh. Don't like the look of that. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. All right. That could be worse. Now.
Emblazon our path. Eviscerate them.
Now I'm gonna have a hard time punching these shields, I think. I want to get back on that side because that's where all the damage is.
Steer us to our target. Unleash our wrath upon thy
This shield is in a bit better shape too, so
Send their souls to the void.
oh, I can't boost it though. Okie dokie. Give him the old twist and shout. And I guess we might as well give him a weak point as well. In case our Viper class destroyer feels like doing anything. Come on, man. Kill him for me. Nice, nice. He's going for the torpedoes. I go there.
Emblazon our path.
I could kill this guy.
Let the incandescent beams
Nobody
our
survives
enemies.
battle with this void ship.
All right, my left shields are good. Good-ish.
Chart a course.
One, two, three, four. That would be enough. No. With the auger, though, it would be.
Macro cannons. Annihilate them. Eviscerate them.
Might as well move those torpedoes up a little bit. Hope I get an actual turn with them. Oh. Whoa. Oh, that's very polite of him to do. And they get a second round? Well, that's super nice.
I hear their dying pleas in the void. They were destined for defeat.
Toasted.
And death.
Yeah, I didn't want to use the ultimate there. 33 scrap to repair. I think we'll take that. Three shots at 14. This is its medium range, so I have to actually assume that this probably does the same amount of damage. It would do 30... Actually, this does 42 damage? Maybe we should try out the Promethean Mortar for a little while. See if we can do some work with it. And we got one more planet left here. 7 Promethium. That's the most amount of Promethium you can have on a planet. The bizarre structure observed from orbit appears to be the ruined estate of a wealthy noble. Ooh. Further searching reveals the remains of an envirodome, a landing pad, the main manor, and the servants' quarters. It's impossible to determine what exactly happened here. The search team has found something truly disturbing in the main hall. An opulently clothed skeleton sitting at the dinner table. The table is set with gold plates covered in the old bones and piles of bones. Old blood and piles of bones. The bones on the plate are clearly human. No other remains have been found. Well, let's take a look around. Scout team returns with some expensive weapons taken from the skeletons. After finishing the report, they hurry away, whispering prayers. An assault las gun. Every hit reduces deflection by 1, stacks up to 3 times. Woo. I'll take it. I don't know. I feel like that would be decent on you. Maybe? I have too many guns. The Cruel Fate is like really good. It does so much damage. Yeah. He's also got the target designator, so if he does dead-eye shots, it's also like does bonuses. So many guns we don't need. Porta Sepitum. Tenebris Aquae. That's Janus. Trying to think about like how to connect all of our territory. Sniper also gives Abelard the modicum of a chance to hit with his 30 BS. Yeah, true, truth. I'm gonna take this dangerous path. I'm sure we're gonna get attacked, but Captain and his crew have lost track of how much time they've spent in the warp jump. The vessel itself, the groaning of the bulkheads, the Voxmaster's report, it all happened so many times before it would not happen again. No matter what occurred, the officers would not shake the feeling that they were running in circles, as if the voyage across the Sea of Souls would be eternal. Routine actions blended into gray nothingness and filled the crew's hearts with anguish. Many members considered submitting to the mercy of the chaotic powers outside. Days went by, but the navigator did not give the order to leave the Imperium. I'm going to heed my inner voice. The Lord Captain's insight pierced through the mind-numbing haze. It appears that the ship's astropath and the navigator had been sounding the alarm, but their messages had been ignored. Their combined efforts finally broke the time loop and released the vessel from the Imperium's embrace. The warp never tires of its cruel mockery. Ba 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 ba. And that's a path to Kiava Gamma. So, it's not a path to the Frozen Prince. And all of this pathway sucks butts. It's all really dangerous. I mean, Nola Septum might give us a path down to these guys. I guess let's explore the location first. Ships. Space combat. Looks like Drukhari ships. You've got a mirror. The planet is devoid of the most primitive forms of life. However, the crew has made a strange discovery. A mirror lying right at the center of a huge crater. A completely ordinary mirror in a frame, by all appearance, in pristine condition. I'd take that aboard the ship for sure. The mirror now hangs on the wall of one of your compartments. It looks completely normal. However, after an hour after its arrival, the Voxmaster reports that the shuttle crew have delivered the mirror have disappeared. The people who hung the mirror have also disappeared. Even the enforcer who wandered into the compartment by mistake and stopped to fix his non-regulation cravat has vanished without a trace. Obviously, this is some sort of warp shenanigans, which is exactly why I want to keep it for as long as I can. What if I just wait? About 3 watches after the shuttle crew's disappearance, strange squelching and snapping sounds are heard coming from the mirror's compartment, accompanied by a putrid odor. Keep waiting. Yet more abnormal noises joined the ungodly symphony playing behind the compartment door. The squelching and snapping were soon joined by rattling, wheezing, and growling. Sensors also detected an increase in the ship's mass in the area near the compartment. Soon, faint human voices could be heard, begging to be saved. Open the door. The compartment is brimming with biomatter, strange creatures and plants floating in streams of slimy substances revealed to be a type of mold upon closer inspection. The missing crew members were also found inside, terrified, unable to remember anything. They returned to awareness while still inside the compartment, but they had only been about a half hour away from drowning in the biomatter still oozing from the mirror. After analyzing all the available data, the Lord Captain and the officers conclude that the mirror functions in line with the rotation cycle of the planet on which it was found. During the first phase, the mirror absorbs all organic life reflected in it. During the second phase, the mirror regurgitates the organic material it has consumed, starting with the simplest organisms and progressing to more complex ones. Now that we know how it works, we know what to do with it. The crew seem numb with horror as they hear the order, yet obey without a word. The mirror remains in a sealed compartment while the ship continues its journey onwards. That's sick. I didn't know you could actually get a good thing from that event. I mean, I don't know that it's a good thing, but it's something. A vigilant member of the Augur crew has detected a small Xenos vessel drifting through the void. The ship is unpowered and shows no sign of being crewed. Send out a boarding shuttle. The squad boarded the shuttle without issue. Corrosion has laid waste to the ship's systems, which led to the death of the entire crew. The interior is full of Alderi corpses. No weapons found on board. The dead Xenos, judging by their clothing, were not part of the warrior cast, merely the crew of the now defunct ship. Boo. Should have just blown it up. Nothing here. This mining world has been cataloged as normal. No rare or valuable deposits have been detected. Reminds me of the one anime Space Pirates, Money or Your Lives. Pirates, so many pirates, so much bounty. Dibs on the leader loot. All ships attack. It's just, you know, you gotta get loot sometimes. Another 2 plasteel here. I am swimming in plasteel right now. Well, I guess it's time to test out this promethium mortar.
Mighty machine spirit, lend us a modicum of thy power.
The Drukhari have blocked some of our special abilities. Obsidian Shadow Field. A Talon Cirrus frigate. Oh yeah, torpedo control has been blocked. 2 ships, that's it? Buddy, that ain't nothing. I ain't worried about a couple of 2 Drukhari ships. Bleep, 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 bleep. I think what I'm going to do is set myself up to go through this guy. Drukhari ships have like crazy movement. Can't tell what side that would hit.
Emblazon our path.
Let's give it a shot.
Scorch our enemies. Let destruction pour forth.
Didn't look like any of those hit.
Torpedoes. Now.
Ah. Ah, Humblebug.
Macro cannons. Annihilate them. Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Proving more difficult than I expected to deal with. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. You are Master Cannoneer damaged.
Let the Imperium
I'm
guide us.
gonna jump or warp. Let's jump, because if he explodes for any reason, I don't really want to be near him. And then I think he can hit my right shields, but he might also go for this Viper class destroyer. Oh, that's so much damage. My poor pirates.
Chart a course. Eviscerate them.
Smack him.
Unleash the storm of macro cannons.
God dang it. We're missing with everything. I guess let's turn on our front armor. Dude, your torpedoes did nothing.
Face the judgment of the undying one.
My torpedoes blew up his ship. Oh, that's not good tactical decision. Ooh, you got lucky though. I, on the other hand, did not. Well, aren't you a speedy little devil? What way are you guys going? That way, I think. Ah, if I cast new heading. Get right up on this sucker.
Let the Imperium guide us.
Yeah, who's got the movement now?
Incandescent beams scorch our enemies.
Mortars. Warp wave. Rip their ship apart.
Chart a course.
And then those torpedoes go boom.
They fear the darkness.
Annoying thing with Eldari and Drukhari, the hollow fields are super annoying. Yeah. That and they move really fast. And they do a lot of damage. Honestly, everything about them is pretty annoying. But, you know. Just one more thing for us to deal with. We get better with every fight. Well, I kind of want to check out Nola Septum before we go up into Kranich. It's a relatively safe jump for us too, so. Yeah, okay, there's another path this way. Sir, there's not a path down there. which means we may just need to put a little jump in for ourselves. Create our own little webway. 7 promethium. That is Boku promethium. Is this what I want to extract, though? Yeah, I might as well. Watch me get, like, exactly what I need on one of these other planets. A hive city. Ooh. The Sentinel's Pride hives are oozing noxious haze veined with sulfurous streaks. The Promethean fumes from the gigantic distilling cauldrons located beyond the temperature shields. Vast, endless deadlands littered with spots of Promethean stations and refineries separate the colossi of rockcrete and adamantium with its crown of gargantuan spires. The heat of the system's star has turned the whole world into a boiling but lucrative gland within the body of House Corda. Hard to tell what's more impressive, the grotesque grandeur of this place or the extreme toxicity. Oh, that's it. Okay. Are weapons usually extracted or gained otherwise? Like from ship battles? It can be. 2 adamantium. That one's not really worth taking. It varies. Some ship battles give you like really good stuff. Other times it's just nothing. I mean, we're gonna have to do that. I'm gonna reduce it. The meta resources that we need for our next projects. Oh, it varies. There's a bunch of different. Sometimes you can get things like weapons and chemicals, but most of those come from actually like protecting your planets. Which I guess is our next step. We could kind of do this maybe on the way back. 1, 2, 3. Technically I could do this and then like open up a pathway to like Janus or System Secludo. The clans servicing the Void Shield arrays petitioned the Lord Captain for aid. Compartments were becoming overrun with putrescent fungal corruption. The mycelium claimed one chamber after another, and the thick black spores poisoned the rogue trader's servants, causing their eyes to burst and their veins to swell when their skin ruptured. The clan was issued reinforcing uni-robes and gas masks so they could keep working while the soldiers burned away the infestation. No perils of the war prevented the vessel from returning to real space. But we did take some damage. We did take a little bit of damage. Lord Captain, according to telemetry, we are in the system of Kiava Gamma, the main industrial world of the Von Valencius dynasty. However, astropaths report that attempts to contact Governor Gaprak have been unsuccessful. But wait! He's silent for a few seconds. Lord Captain, a new report! Kiava Gamma is sending a request to exchange data. Should we accept it? Reply with my own request. As you command, Lord Captain. Lord Captain reporting the manufacturer is ignoring our request and continues to send us its own. The longer we do not accept their message, the stronger and more persistent the incoming signals become. I've never seen anything like it. Suddenly, a deafening screech erupts from the bridge's Vox system. You hear violent tirades of garbled binaric code, like the low chuckles of machinery. Lord Captain, interference detected in the compartment's Vox system. Looks like the bridge is cut off from the rest of the voidship. Ooh, start of picked recording. Another book for us today. The voidship's bridge, sounds of working cogitators and officers' footsteps. The everyday scene is interrupted by the ear-splitting beeping sound, followed by lumens going out. In the dim glow of candles and emergency lights, one of the officers in frame cries out. Another falls to her knees, clutching her head. Over the beeping of boxes, shouts can be heard. What's going on? The doors are locked. We've lost all contact with all compartments. One of the bridge officers turns to the throne. Lord Captain, the Vox stations are malfunctioning and overloading the system. None of our outgoing transmissions are getting through. The incoming ones that do make it are distorted beyond interpretation. The Lord Captain gives the order to decipher the Vox transmission at all costs. I mean, it sounds like it's corrupted, so continue sending orders from the bridge. Request status updates from the other departments. Continue sending orders from the bridge. The officers salute and hurry to the bridge Vox system. To the Vox master, who is leaning over her station. Moments later, a cry of surprise. Lord Captain, our transmissions are being distorted as we speak. Depressurize the lower bay. Execute adapts of the machine cult. Disable the life support system. If even one command gets out. Biggest Turk gives the order to Stop the transmission process at all costs, or assign officers to all control systems, execute manual transmission override, and send orders to other compartments on paper. Yeah, let's do that. The rogue trader gathers the senior officers and assigns each one to the system's controls. One monitors the comm line, another prepares written orders. The Voxmaster's unit sets up an internal communication system via comm beads. The crew's efforts are expedient and well coordinated, and within moments, servo skulls carrying instructions from the Lord Captain are diving into the ventilation shafts and vanishing into the gloom. Scrap code. The voice belongs to the on-deck Genestealer, who has turned to the Lord Captain from his station. We being attacked with scrap code, a tech heresy designed to corrupt machines. The transmission received from the planet was infected with this taint, and now it's running through the ship's vein. Omnisa preserve us. The Voidborn officer appears before the Lord Captain once more. Whatever it is that's attacking us, we've got backup procedures that can circumvent the Vox barrier. In the atrium leading to the bridge, there's a terminal for an isolated system that might still be unaffected. A loud pop. The pipes over the officers' heads burst, and a blast of hot air flings the Voidborn away from the Lord Captain, his body slamming straight through a cogitator panel. The pict frame spins uncontrollably. The servo skull was jolted by the gust. The pict recorder fogs over, and the Vox picking up the crackling of electricity and a death cry. Gas on the bridge! A junior attendant shouts and instantly doubles over, inhaling the poisoned air. Command the crew to carry on with their duties until the very last. This is truly we are a rogue captain. Heedless to the gas spreading over the deck, the officers continue their flurry of work at their stations, executing the orders issued by the Lord Captain. Even when the doors to the bridge are open, the crew carries on for as long as they can. Last to leave the bridge, the Lord Captain runs out, coughing heavily. Leaning on a support beam. Ooh, carouse test succeeded. The rogue trader takes several deep breaths, trying to flush his lungs with air, and then straightens, smooths his uniform, and heads towards a goal known only to him. The servo skull follows. The atrium is in a state of panic. Silhouettes skitter about in the dark hall, illuminated only by the flickering of emergency lumens. Curt orders and someone's feverish words of prayer can be heard. Having lost all communication, the beheaded ship is writhing in agony. It takes a while for the Lord Captain to find the cogitator mentioned by the falling officer. The panel of the isolated terminal is riddled with cracks and blood stains, and on the floor by the terminal, a tech priest is lying in a heap with his head smashed and technical liquids mixed with blood oozing out of his ports. The Lord Captain decides to take his chances restoring the terminal. He rips the power key off the tech priest's mechadendrite and opens the cover on the terminal. Sparks fly into his face, but he's confident in his manipulation of the tangled wires and clanging levers. After replacing the cover and ensuring that the system is restored, the Lord Captain brings up the required data on the screens. Thanks to the rogue trader's effort and the sacrifice of the senior bridge officers, the rest of the ship's compartments were able to suppress the panic and deal with the raging machine spirits with few casualties. No critical reports. We return to the bridge. The walk is uneventful. The crisis has passed. Although wounded and crippled, the ship nevertheless is returning to normal operation. The bridge resembles a battlefield. The floor is strewn with corpses. The cogitators are damaged, and the people inside are barely standing. Healers in masks are bagging up pale corpses. Technomats are hastily patching up the ruptured pipes, and the surviving officers are trying to get the reanimating cogitators back up and running. Remaining cogitators, whoops. By the comm station, the rogue trader runs into the Voxmaster. Praise the Emperor, you're in one piece, Lord Captain. The situation on board is satisfactory. I was just in the middle of setting up comm channels. Soon all the Voxcasters will be fully operational. Another man appears in the pict frame, a junior officer, completely out of breath, carrying a heap of scrolls. The Voxmaster nods at him. Here are your other reports, Captain. If you find yourself able to return to your station, I can immediately give you a rundown of the state of affairs of the ship. End of pict recording. Lord Captain, the situation has been brought under control, more or less. It will take some time to eliminate the consequences of the attack completely, but your vessel is capable of motion. We may even be able to conduct a warp jump if you feel we should leave the system. Allow me to bring you up to date. The bridge has suffered heavy losses. Many of the officers responsible for key systems perished during the attack. The consequences for the vessel are most grievous. Kiaba Gamma went silent after transmitting the harmful signal. I will refrain from sending inquiries to the industrial world to avoid a second attack. I'm afraid we've exhausted our options for remote analysis. More information can only be obtained by closing the distance or sending an away party to the planet's surface. A Vox clicks as Heinrichs joins the channel. The time has come to remind you about our agreement, Biggest Turg. I must be present in your entourage during your expedition to Kiaba Gamma. I am counting on your cooperation. The crew is awaiting further instructions. Well, we might as well, check out these planets here. What's a pict recording? It's basically a little movie. It's like a little hologram movie. So the servo skulls fly around and they have like their eyes replaced with camcorder lenses. And they just create little recordings out of them. I guess it comes from like pictogram. Like a visual representation. What do we got on this planet? A dwarf planet marked by the Von Valancius Protectorate, charts as Atlay, serves as a backup source of water for the habitable worlds of neighboring systems. Due to the abundance of bacteria proliferated in the hydrosphere, the extraction of ice was stopped half a century ago, but much to your officer's surprise, the augurs detected an unidentified mining rig deep underground. Presumably, the excavation is aimed at extracting clay minerals near the core, enriched with iron and other metals. Contact the Vox station. The extractium turns out to be Incendia Quarters, a latest investment, whose domain is located just a few jumps away from the Kranich system. While this world is of little value to Von Valancius, your officers see this gesture as an attempt to test the boundaries of the newly minted rogue trader's leniency. The Seneschal considers this act unacceptable, insists on confiscating and rebasing the extractium. Pascal notes the unusual composition of the core. Subsequent development will allow extraction of a rare refractory metal. Keep the extractium for himself. The Proctor reports that under the law, the extractum can be confiscated and compensation claimed through the administratum for illegal mining. Graciously allows instead a quarter the crumbs of the unworthy attention. Blow it up. Orders behead everyone on the illegal mining rig and send their heads to Incendia Quarter with the very best of wishes. I'm pretty sure Incendia Quarter is like the dogmatic of the three traders. I think. That's obviously what I'm going to have to do here. I really want this rig, but the crew carries out the order with grim determination. Not a hand trembled, every face focused without demur. The property of Von Valancius dynasty is yours alone, and the crew stands ready to prove it to any would-be challenger. 3 plasteel. Planet of Atlay. I don't even have this like on my list here. Kranich, plasteel. Yeah, okay, no, that's right. We really don't need plasteel right now, so I'm not going to bother with that. Pitcher, yeah, she's the dogmatic one. Okay, yeah. Well, we got a few ships to get through before we can land on Kiabagama. So let's blow these suckers out of the sky.
The void calls, the warp beckons.
Ooh. A lot of them, but they're all really small. They are chaos ships. Ho to 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 to.
Let the Imperium guide us.
Yeah, I like this mortar, but its range is a lot less than the Starbreaker. Three range. 1, 2, 3. No, that's not going to be enough. Probably should have shot those missiles before I jumped, but what are you going to do? Oh, I could do that.
Micro cannons, annihilate them.
If it doesn't kill it, it should light it on fire, so that ship should probably blow itself up. Ah, these guys had better movement than I thought they would. All right, but our shields are holding up really well. And that guy's got a great torpedo shot. Yeah, so he dies in 2 turns from fire. What else has he got going on? Gas and dust cloud. Okay. Choo 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 choo. I guess if we just go like that, we could do a new heading.
our path.
Wow, I really screwed that lance shot up quite badly.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Good grief. Good grief.
Annihilate them.
Let's warp wave him. Yeah, so he'll blow up from fire. He's actually not on fire anymore. That's a little annoying. Now, these torpedoes are like nowhere near where I need them to be. They were a terrible play. Front shields, maybe? Front shields. He goes after my pirate. Looks like does not break his shields. Oh, he rammed him. Oh, that's sick. This has got me a little perturbed. Okay, we get 2 rounds of torpedoes here. I'd love to see that. Let's hit this guy because he's bigger and he's got 80 health. He's gone. Rip. Now, we're in this, like, gas cloud right now, so... we have really bad to hit shots. To hit shots? Well, yo, words.
Torpedoes, now.
Now. Torpedoes now.
Chart a course. Let destruction pour forth.
Up, up, up. You fellers are done as dinner. I could jump out of this, but also I have 30% evasion while I'm inside of it, so maybe we just vibe? He's dead. But he blows up and does a bunch of damage to him. Wow, talk about threading the needle. This'll work.
Send them into the cold void.
Shallow jump. All the shields are toast on this side.
Unleash our wrath upon my enemies.
Toasted.
His tarot foretold this outcome.
Assault scanners. No, we have like really sick xenos scanners right now that we picked up, so we did get a level up though. Ship level up. Nice. All hands on deck. Torpedo tubes are loaded with 3 salvos instead of 1. That's a lot of torpedoes. Holy moly. Oh, these are ultimate abilities. Flagship makes 7 attacks, each of which targets a random enemy in an 8-cell range and deals warp damage. I do love being a warp ship. This ability is also really good though, because our shield master has like crazy tech, so this just like heals all of our shields super rapidly. Expeditious reload, really good. Yeah. I'm gonna, this is an ultimate ability we get here though. We get 2 ultimate post abilities. Am I reading that right? Oh my god. 3 torpedoes instead of 1. Master Cannoneer is Cabela, who is really good at demolition. I don't understand how this works though. Is it like every single round we fire 3 sets of torpedoes? I don't have a ton of warp lore. Flagship speed is increased by 2 and maneuverability by 1. Bonus damage dealt by the ram is increased by a hundo. I'm going to take Imperium Storm. I want to be a chaos ship. That can go to cargo. That can go to cargo. I don't know. I don't know about this. Allies get increased lance and macro cannon. Okay, but that's not us. We can upgrade the hull again, which we're gonna do. So you know what? I should have upgraded this. Reduced cooldown. Duration 9. Duration 4. Duration 8. Alright, well, what's done is done. We settle outside the manufacturer of Kiava Gamma, which we're gonna go and land on in the next video, because that's all the time we got for today. It's the perfect time for us to cut. We've got a bunch of level ups to do. We're gonna rebuild Heinrich off stream as well, so that we're ready to actually take Kiava Gamma properly. So we'll see you back here tomorrow for the next video. Until then.